What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So guys, channel membership is now live. Link is in the description and the first comment. Do check it out. That would really help support the channel. So let's start this video with the latest physique update from Blessing Afodibu. So he hasn't confirmed his next show just yet, but we know he's gonna be competing sometime in June. And we are having 3 shows in the month of June. Spain, Dubai and Italy. So it can be either one of them. Or who knows, maybe all of them. Now, I must say Blessing has to compete in Spain if he wants to get that Olympia qualification, because he just isn't beating Behrouz Tabani and Nitin Diasha, both of whom are supposed to compete in Dubai as well as in Italy. Now, I have got to say it was a good call by Blessing Afodibu by skipping both Pittsburgh and the New York Pro. He's making this comeback after almost 2 years. And one thing Blessing cannot afford to do is not being able to crack top 5 in his comeback show, because that could have happened, especially at this year's Pittsburgh Pro, because how deep the lineup is. So this has been a very long dieting process for Blessing for this prep, and considering the fact that he was 330 pounds at the peak of his off-season, it made all the logic in the world not to rush that process, so that Blessing can maintain a lot of muscle that he added in the past couple of years, and especially hold on to all that size on his legs when he steps on stage. Now it's all gonna come down to his quads. The last show that he did, that was back in 2023, and that was Italy Pro. Now his quads deflated so much on the day of the show that he looked totally over-dieted and totally imbalanced on the stage. Now we have to keep in mind that competition this year, that is a lot harder than back in 2023. Now Blessing's quads from the side, they look pretty damn good right now, but he also has to do a lot more dieting to be stage ready. Now, as always, I believe his upper half is gonna look so insane, because how bubbly and pretty that guy is. And you guys can see how his back is coming in so nicely, with still some time to go. So what do you guys think? Can Blessing qualify for the Olympia this year? Guys, we have a limited time offer. If you buy any flavor of Bloodshot, you are gonna get a free Dying Breed t-shirt. The discount code is on the screen right now, and use the code FAZI10 to get 10% extra discount. Some great pics and moments from the Fibo Expo. 2 of the greatest bodybuilders of all time, Ronnie Coleman and Hany, along with 25 times Olympia winning coach and the most successful bodybuilding guru of all time, Hany Brandao, they were seen together. So what's the one thing that is common between Hany and Ronnie Coleman and all the other Miss Olympia champions with those long winning streaks? All these guys, they were just way ahead of the rest of the competition. And you can go back and watch the peak physiques of Ronnie and Hany. They were totally untouchable in those years. Now somehow Hany doesn't get as much recognition as Ronnie Coleman. Maybe because Ronnie eventually turned into that big mass monster and took the size game to a whole new level, while Hany, even in the last Olympia of his career, which I believe was 1991, where he beat Dorian Yates, he was still very streamlined. The man was very aesthetic, and even at the tail end, the man represented that classic physique bodybuilding to absolute perfection. Now the great thing is that Hany is 65 years old and he doesn't have any health issues that we know of, and the man looks physically very fit as well. Now we have to believe that those guys back in the 80s, they were very conservative about the gear usage and their PED's protocol, plus their style of training, that was also different. Nonetheless, you do not see 16 Olympia titles in one picture every day, so legends for a reason. So today is the day, the first ever FIBO Germany in the men's open that is gonna happen. And we are just hours out from the prejudging and seeing Sergio Oliva Jr. bringing back that look that his dad and the legend Sergio Oliva himself used to have on the stage. That looks so surreal. And Sergio looks freaking huge right now, hours out of the prejudging. Now we all sincerely hope that he delivers today, and that simply means he shows up at his all-time best and let the cards fall where they may. So these last few years, they all went far from ideal for Sergio. He got stuck in Dubai, missed out on shows like Arnold Brazil back in 2023 because he just could not travel. He got a shoulder injury which happened last year, plus his ankle injury, and those were the reasons he could not step on the stage last year at all. So finally this comeback is happening after more than 1 year. And who doesn't want to see all the top guys in this year's FIBO Germany bring their absolute best on the stage? So this will be a huge test for his coach Stefan as well, the current coach. of Sergio Oliva Jr., as he himself says that his body behaves very differently on the day of the show, and figuring out the best formula for Sergio where he shows up dry as well as big, that is gonna be a huge challenge for Sergio and his team. So who else thinks that Sergio should keep on rocking this kind of look? He looks more professional and very clean. Next up, we have an update from Rafael Brandao. So Rafael is making a swift comeback, getting that size back that he lost during the last few months while battling that bowel condition that caused severe damage to his gut health. And Rafael Brandao was forced to drop the amount of protein that was required to maintain that kind of size. But now that Rafael Brandao has found the right foods that work the best for him, he has been upping the foods progressively, and that is why he's regaining that size back. Now Rafael has that type of physique that can be worthy of pressing top 5 at the Olympia if he has more mass, if he comes in bigger. Now this is a statement that we have been saying and listening to for so many years now, and many believe that if Rafael Brandao was in a better condition at the Olympia last year, he would have placed higher than 8th, maybe top 7, but still that was his career's highest placing at the Olympia. And although he did not have an ideal start to this year's off-season, as he was unable to utilize those earlier months to push more food and get bigger, because the reason he qualified for the Olympia so early in the season, in that post-Olympia tour, that was to put on more muscle, more mass, and utilize the entire year to get bigger. Now, that being said, he's all set to make the maximum out of these next few months to present a much bigger package at the Olympia in October. Now, Rafael Brandao was never in a position to utilize the entire 1 year just to focus on the Olympia. Now, that finally happened when he won that post-Olympia show last year. And that was a good move by him, but kind of unfortunate for him that he had to face this health concern. So Rafael has that type of physique that needs more time to put on muscle. He took the entire 2023 off, and when he came back at the Arnold Classic last year, that was the most complete look by Rafael Brandao. So I believe he can absolutely move up those Olympia ranks, and that too this year, if he comes in a tad bit bigger. John Jewett posted a new physique update, and that marked the end of his off-season. So this look right here, that is the peak of his off-season, and more than 10 pounds up compared to what he looked like last year at the same point. But the positive thing is that he got bigger everywhere except the waistline, which is the key thing here. Now John Jewett also announced that his next show is gonna be Texas Pro, but going by his past record and his ability to change very fast as he starts coming down, there is a possibility of him jumping into an earlier show, just like we saw last year when he did Toronto Pro, which wasn't originally on his plan. So this is a top 10 Olympian in the making, without any shadow of a doubt. He's weighing 265 pounds right now, and he's probably among those guys who have this ability to stay very lean, even during the off-season. So all the open bodybuilding shows that John has done in the past couple of years, his conditioning was so damn impeccable. So will we see another same kind of transformation from John this year as well, as we saw from him from 2023 to 2024? Because every single time you look at the changes that he was able to make in just 1 year, that just boggles your mind. Now it's safe to say that all these shows, even after Dubai Pro, they are gonna be so damn stacked. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.